Welcome back. Egyptian President Fattah al-Sisi directed the restorations of the shrine of Beit family, especially the tombs of Sayyida Nafisa, Sayyida Zainab, and Imam Hussein bin Ali. The Egyptian presidency said that al-Sisi met with the leader of the Armed Forces Engineering Authority, Ihab al-Far, and discussed the restoration of the interior halls of the mosques and their sophisticated architectural decorations. The restoration will be in keeping with the historical pedigree of these sites. And to know more about the shrines and especially the famous ones that surrounding the Salah ad-Din citadel, we are joined by Mr. Ahmed Badr, and he's a tourist expert. Hello, sir, and welcome to Nile Cruise.
Hello and welcome. Thank you very much for having me, and good afternoon to you and all the audience.
Thank you very much. Sir, let's start with the most famous and important shrines here surrounding the citadel.
Well, I can say that the citadel and all the surrounding of it, just a huge open museum. We all know that Cairo was built around in the year 1970 by the commander Gawhar Saqili, the Sicilian, during the Fatimid period, and then it was each ruler came after then added some monuments, some homes, mosques, especially mosques, of course, and then the citadel, which was built by the great ruler Salah ad-Din. He ordered to build the citadel in the year 1176, and it was completed almost 10 years after. He didn't witness the opening and usage of the citadel. He died at that time. But then starting from the year 1218, during the ruling of King al-Kamil, the son of al-Adil, he lived here, and from that time all the way until Khedive Ismail, it was the ruling place of Egypt during, of course, the Ayyubid era, then the Mamluk era, then during Ottoman occupation, then during Muhammad Ali Pasha, and then until Khedive Ismail moved to the palace, Abdin Palace. All this time, the citadel was the ruling place of Egypt. So each ruler came and he tried to add something to it. We can say, we can see in the back here the mosque of Sultan Qalawun. It was built during 1318. Then he demolished it and rebuilt it again on a bigger scale, almost 20 years after that. And then we are standing here next to Muhammad Ali Pasha Mosque, which known also as the Alabaster Mosque or the Green Mosque. The Alabaster because he used the alabaster in building it, where we can see on the walls and the floor.
These are the same materials that was built. They are remain the same until now?
Yes, yes.
This is the very authentic material.
It is. Although it was renovated twice. The first time during the era of King Fuad I, around in the 30s, starting from 1931 to 1939. An engineer at that time, he found out that there is something wrong with the structure of the mosque itself, especially underneath the big dome. So they almost removed the dome and rebuilt it again, but they used the same material in rebuilding it and renovating it. Just they added a stronger structure that can hold on the big dome and the other domes as well, but still the same authentic material that was built by Muhammad Ali Pasha The building started in 1830, and it was finished in 1848 during the era of Khedive Abbas Hilmi al-Awwal. Muhammad Ali Pasha also didn't witness the opening of the mosque. And we have also other palaces around here, like Gauhara Palace. It was also built by Muhammad Ali Pasha for his wife, to be the place to live for his wife. We have also a palace called Al-Ablaq, which was also built by Sultan
here there are
Qalawun.
two palaces?
Actually, four palaces.
Four palaces.
Yes, but they are used now as museums. One of them is the National Museum of Military, and the other is Police Museum. And Gauhara Palace is now under restoration. It's a beautiful palace, and it's unfortunately not everybody know about it. You know,
Yeah.
most of the people, especially unfortunately Egyptians, they just think the citadel is just the citadel and Muhammad Ali Mosque.
That's
they don't
true.
know that
Yeah.
there are many other things inside. Hopefully, the other attractions will be renovated and reopened again for visiting. And also, sometimes they use, there's a place called Mahkal Ala. They use it for culture and
Culture events.
events. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So this is a great thing. Although I hope also it will be during the entire year, throughout the year, not just during some special events. Using the monuments and culture attractions like this in culture events, it's something known around the world. So it's okay to open it in the morning for visits, and then at evenings for culture events. It will bring more knowledge to the people. It will bring more income to the ministry. It will bring more joy to the people. So it's a win-win situation. So this is just inside the citadel. If we look outside the citadel, we can say that
As
hundreds.
you said at the beginning, before the air, you said it's an open museum.
Exactly, yes.
What is the most significant monument here around the citadel?
Sultan Hassan Mosque, Rifai Mosque, Sayyida Aisha Shrine, Sayyida Zainab Shrine.
You cannot
Sayyida
choose one.
Nafisa.
They are all amazing.
They are all amazing, especially Sultan Hassan and Rifai. They are a piece of art, both of them. I can't say which one is better or best. Both of them are pieces of art. Azhar Mosque, of course, Hussein, Khan al-Khalili, Ibn Tulun Mosque, which is a unique mosque. And unfortunately, it's very little visited. I don't know why.
It's not one of the popular mosques, maybe.
No, it's not. But for those who are seeking a different style in Islamic architecture, this is a great attraction. For those who are looking for something out of the norm, this is a great attraction. It should be one of the nicest or the biggest attractions around Cairo because of its unique history and its unique architecture. It needs an episode by itself. You can easily do it.
The restoration of the old shrines like Sayyida Nafisa, Sayyida Zainab, and of course Imam al-Hussein. How it will be a significant step?
Well, first of all, these are all historic attractions, apart from its religious meanings. So definitely restoring and maintaining our history and historic attractions, this is something very much appreciated, very much needed. especially after years of neglecting, and I don't, unfortunately, I have to say that. So going to one of these shrines or one of these mosques, it should be a historic visit. Besides its religious meaning, besides its attracting meaning to the people, to Prophet Muhammad. So now we are having this restoration of these shrines. This, for one side, it gives us more attractions to the, I will not say to the tourists, not the whole tourists, but some of the tourists who are seeking and looking for such visits, such attractions. We have tourists coming from, especially from the Arab world and from the Islamic world, that they want to come and visit these attractions, especially Al-Hussein, of course, Sayyida Nafisa and Sayyida Aisha, because they are the grandsons and daughters of Prophet Muhammad. Yes. So that's the special religious meaning about it. But these are the known ones. There are other shrines and other mosques that are less known than they. So I hope also they will be taken care of like these famous ones, like Zain al-Abidin bin Ali Mosque and Imam al-Shafi'i and many other shrines and mosques that
we have a long list
remember.
That need to be
yes.
Restorated and of course taken care of. Mr. Ahmed, as a tourist expert, what tools do you need to make propaganda for the unknown monuments here in Cairo and of course in Egypt as a whole?
Well, first of all, of course, it's marketing. Marketing now is, we have many ways, direct marketing, the internet, of course, and the social media now is becoming the best propaganda tool you have. And you can do it directly or you can do it indirectly by inviting the travel influencers to visit these places and write about it and post about it. And also we need to make the services around these places that makes the visit enjoyable for the tourists. It's the place itself is very important, but the services around it is the most important. Services, I mean, making the way easy to go to these places. I mean, in and out, making shops around it for souvenirs. You know, all these services are very important to give the tourists a great experience, not just a visit. A great experience visiting these places, writing about it, so that will bring us other tourists in the future. Beside, of course, the normal ways of marketing, like advertising, like marketing campaigns, like direct marketing with the agents and travel agents in Egypt and outside Egypt.
Okay. Of course, also as a tourist expert, what is the favorite place for tourists when they first step in Cairo? What the first place on their mind to go to?
The pyramids, of course.
Pyramids.
The pyramids, I have to say, it's the pyramids. It's the dream for everybody in the world to visit. they study the Egyptian civilization all over the world. So one of course, the pyramids is the highlight of it. So it's the must visit when they arrive Cairo. The citadel is one of these places. Sultan Hassan and Rifai are one of these places. Egyptian Museum, now the National Civilization Museum, and other many places. If we really used all our marketing, all our places, easily the tourists will come and stay for at least 10 days, 2 weeks in Cairo itself, by itself, not talking about the rest of Egypt.
Okay, making a touring plan, you're going to start with the pyramids. What after the pyramids? And you end with what?
Well, usually we do the pyramids and Saqqara in one day because they are near each other. Although Saqqara also, it needs a full day by itself. Then one day we do the Egyptian Museum and the National Museum of Civilization. This is another day. And one full day for Islamic and Coptic Cairo. This is for the tourists. For a normal program that is spending 3-4 days in Cairo and traveling for another 3-4 days in a cruise or to a seaside resort. But this is a typical program. Easily we can add up other days. We can do a food tour, food tasting, Egyptian food tasting tour. Which is
of course, it's an important part in the program.
It is. And actually there are many tourists now, and it's and around the world, that they are offering such tours to go and taste the national food of each country. And of course in Egypt we have also many national dishes that can be attractive to the tourists. Many good restaurants that can be also attractive to the tourists. We can add a day for other art museums, like the Islamic Museum, like the Coptic Museum, like the Museum of Royal Carriages that was recently reopened. Many programs. We can have also a day just on the Nile, going around the Nile by the traditional felucca. You can have a lunch and a dinner on one of them. You can have the evenings just going around the city, mixing up with the Egyptians anywhere in the restaurant, at any of its areas, whether downtown or one of the new cities around Cairo, New Cairo, or 6th of October City, or even the traditional parts of Cairo. Many things we can offer.
Egypt is rich with its monuments, and of course, whether it's Pharaonic or Islamic, Egypt is an open museum. We can consider that. Mr. Ahmed Badr, tourist expert, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And now moving to a quick break, so please stay tuned.